everybody. It's October 13th, 2020. Welcome. Ugh, I just put my elbow in the diamond painting. Welcome to Crafting Journey. I'm Rebecca. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Ring the bell if you want to know when I have another video posted. And if you like what follows as far as content, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're a current subscriber, consider becoming a member. Anyway, that's the spiel. Out of the way. Here's what I'm diamond painting, guys. Okay, off to Halloween. Yes, I finished this section, so now we're going to work on this little gnome guy. You don't really see him when you're like looking at the canvas, but if I hold it up to the camera, I can see the gnome. Yeah, we're going to work on the gnome. So, today is National No Bra Day, but I wore a bra just for you. So, why is it National No Bra Day? It is in recognition of National Breast Cancer Month, and today is also National Metastatic Breast Cancer Day. So what they're trying to do is bring awareness to breast cancer. The No Bra Day is to focus women on their breasts so that they are getting their screenings. You know, after 35, they say, you know, around 35, you should have your first mammogram. At my age, I should be having one every year. Have I done that? No, I have not. And I should. And we should encourage each other to do that. So get on to me. Have you done it, Rebecca? Can I do it after the retreat? Oh my God. Yeah, so I got my coffee. Yeah, look, mornings are magical. And then there's the little fairy there. I got this at Walt Disney. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. I need to just stop right here and say condolences to Stitcherista. Her grandfather passed away yesterday, or very recently. So if you guys subscribe to her channel, you know, go over and send her some love. And I send mine as well. So, okay, back to the regular programming. So, breast cancer. I don't know who this disease has not affected. Let's diamond paint while we talk about it, huh? Let's put the light pad on. Oh my goodness, there's drills everywhere. Drills. Okay, let me get rid of them. I see that, like, I forgot to put one here and one here. We should do that. Okay, let's find this symbol. So last night, I'll get back to the breast cancer, I promise. So last night, can I just say, can I vote for Kiefer Sutherland for president? I really was not, you know, I worked the afternoon shift at work, and there were a lot of phone calls yesterday, just, you know, different things, you know, nothing pressing or anything like that, but, you know, situations that had to be dealt with. So, this is not working right, and I don't know if it's the tip or I'm not sure what's going on here. It wasn't working right yesterday either. All right, let's switch it out. Let's see if this one will work better. I don't know, something's wrong with that tip. Doesn't want to work. Or is I? Okay, so I worked, and you know, my plan was I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna go down to the cafeteria because they make these delicious sandwiches, and get a sandwich. So I get to work and realize I don't have my wallet. Forgot the wallet. So now I'm hungry and I've got to sit here for 4 hours. So I'm like, you know, I have plenty of meat on the bone. Not to worry. I will not starve. Goodness gracious. So I make it till about 3:30, and then I'm like hangry. I'm like, I gotta go eat. So and they're okay if we leave it a little early. So I left at 3:30, and was that all of this color? What? It was. I just need to fill in those holes. Um, so I come home and I eat the leftovers from the night before. But then, then it's like 4:30 and I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, now what do I do? Well, I've already eaten dinner. Um, oh gosh. So I talked to my sister on the phone for a little while and did some more packing and not just for the retreat, but I'm moving. So, packing. Oh, where's my spell book? I need this one right here. So I was working on this project here, and then I take a really close look at it, and it's all wonky, like so, like the sides are like going, like this at an angle. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So I frogged it out again. So before the night was over, I had frogged this thing maybe 6 times. So I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. But still, the edges look a little wonky. So this is going to be my my scarf because I don't want to give it away. I'll finish it. It looks a little wonky, but I mean, several hours later, I had figured it out. What I needed to do was probably walk away from it. I find that, and I know this about myself, but I didn't do it. I find that if you get frustrated, you need to walk away for a little while and then come back to it. Did I do that? No. I kept doing it until I got it right. And I did finally get it right. But boy, is yarn resilient because I frogged that stuff out so many times. Like National Breast Cancer Day, I'm picking lint off my breast. Yes. So then I laid in bed, while I was working on that, and I watched the rest of season 1 of Designated Survivor. Oh my God. I was riveted to the bed and the TV. Like for 3 hours, I didn't move except for, trying to figure out that dang crochet. Because, I'm a multitasker, right? But I was just riveted by this show. My God. What a great show. How did that show get canceled? Now, I haven't started season 2. So I don't know if it like goes downhill from there but holy moly, that girl that plays the FBI agent, she gets the snot beat out of her. And then next thing you know, thrown up against the wall, and she couldn't have weighed more than 90 pounds, thrown up against the wall and bloodied up and, beat up. And, 2 hours later, she's driving the FBI van and she's all showered and you don't see any blood or bruising. And I'm like, what? I would be in the hospital. God, no broken bones. I mean, wow. Holy moly. What do they teach you in the FBI? Anyway, so that was my night. Back to the breast cancer. So, I have not had anybody in my immediate, why are these drills everywhere? Immediate family have breast cancer, but my ex-husband, he left me for this other woman. And, I never really, there was not a lot of angst over it because, you love who you love. And he and I, we got married. When we got married, we were children, I was 19, he was 24. And by the time, 18 years later, we are different people. Now, I still loved him, but gravy. I just keep finding drills everywhere. What is going on here? Um, so, long story short, yeah, he's with this other woman. She's got two kids. Two kids, three kids, three girls, two girls or three girls. I don't remember. Um, and my kids spend a lot of time with her, but so she gets, she ends up having breast cancer, and so she gets her treatment, and she actually, goes past the 5 year mark, and she has reconstruction and all that stuff. And so they get married, and 2 months later, she's in hospice. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, after they got married, she started having really bad headaches and her back hurt. So they did some studies and found out that her cancer was back, but now she had metastatic breast cancer. And it had gone to her brain and her spine. And there was nothing that they could do. So she went into hospice, and she passed away pretty quickly after that. I mean, it just went so quickly. And I went to the funeral because, my ex and I, it was as amicable as a breakup can be, a divorce. Um, I went to the funeral, and it was, oh my God, it was so sad. But, that's my story about breast cancer. I mean, she was a survivor, and then it took her down within months. And my only hope is that, that was back in 90, maybe 1998. That in the years since then, that they have come up with more current treatments, more research, more awareness, and that things like that don't happen to families. Oh my God, those poor girls, they didn't have a mother anymore. They went to live with their dad. But oh my God, the saddest thing ever, when this young girl is standing at her mother's funeral and crying that her mother won't be at her wedding or her graduation, oh, it just broke my heart. And my ex-husband, he really loved this woman. So that's, and I think we all have our breast cancer stories. So please, take care of yourself. I'm going to do it when I get back from the retreat, and that's my promise to you. I will make an appointment for a mammogram. So, because, I don't want my kids to have to go through what her kids went through. It is devastating. And probably a lot of you know that, just how devastating it can be. Anyway, let's get on to a lighter subject. Okay, we're not going to talk about that anymore. So, this day in history. Yeah. In 2010, these Chilean miners are trapped in a mine. October 13th, 33 miners are trapped in this mine. And, they're all very much alive. And it was nearly a half mile underground. They were there for more than 2 months. The mine had caved in, and they began their ordeal on August 5th, and on October 13th. Wait a minute. Yeah, on October 13th, the last of the miners is brought up. So they're all rescued. October 13th, they're all safe. But it started on August 5th. So This was like 500 miles north of Santiago, Chile, and the mine collapsed. So these 33 miners are underground in this emergency shelter, and they're thinking, my God, we're going to have to resort to like cannibalism and, killing each other. They don't know what to do. They had a few days worth of food rations, and for about 17 days, they considered, killing themselves. But they sent a drill down to the rescuers, and they were able to put cameras down there and food and water and whatever it was that they needed, letters, medicine. Family members camped out around this mine, and they were finally able to rescue them 2 months later. And then they brought them up in a tube one at a time, and they had to make this large opening, obviously. But holy moly, yeah. So they all survived, all 33 of them. But wow, that is a scary occupation, working in a mine. I'm going to say, no, thank you. I'll pass. Yeah, so scary. Holy moly. So what else happened this day in history? Well, the cornerstone is laid in for the White House. They start building this White House, and it was, let me find the date. It's in the 1700s. 1792. On October 13th, 1792. They lay the cornerstone in Washington, D.C. And the first White House, it was 2 stories. There were no bathrooms. It was pretty, by our standards, pretty primitive. But it's been renovated many, many times since then, with the addition of, they've lots and lots of additions, to the point where the White House is now 6 stories, 142 rooms, and 55,000 square feet. I am curious, though, what kind of changes Donald Trump made to the White House. I mean, we know that his wife, redid the Rose Garden. So I don't know. We'll see if those changes were for the better. I'm just curious because, we know that Donald Trump likes the finer things. So I'm just curious, what kind of changes he made. I don't think, like, structurally, he probably didn't change anything, but I'm curious, like, if he put in, like, gold fixtures or anything like that. I don't know. Holy moly. So the White House, actually, the first time it was burned down, I think by the British. I don't remember. It was burned down. And then they had to rebuild it. And then since then, they've just been remodeling it. I don't think there's been any major remodels for a number of years. It's the only place around that you can go for free and take a tour. But since like 1995, the streets around the White House have been closed off to traffic, because of terrorism concerns, it just freaks me out after watching Designated Survivor that there are these terrorist concerns. Yeah. So that, let's see if there's anything else interesting on this day in history. Because my life is not that interesting. Yeah, not really. No. Oh, well, this one is interesting. Yeah. Um, in 1999, I don't know if you guys remember the John Benet Ramsey case. This mother, she has her daughter doing all these beauty queen stuff, those baby pageants. And well, anyway, on right around Christmas, they find the little girl and she's dead. And they suspected the parents for a long, long time. And strangely enough, uh, Patsy Ramsey, the mother, she died of breast cancer at the age of 46. So, um, yeah, sad, isn't it? But anyway, on this day in history, the grand jury was dismissed. They presented all this evidence, but there was not enough evidence to put either of the parents on trial nor anybody else. And to this day, they've never solved that murder. Never solved it. So strange, isn't it? Life is strange. I can't imagine what really happened to that little girl. So sad. And I've watched like different shows on the investigation and yeah, no. I mean, some weird things went on in that house, for sure. Like how, if you're all home and your daughter is killed, how do you not hear her? Or I don't know. There was a guy arrested and he confessed to it, and but his DNA didn't match up, so they think it was he didn't do it. He was just confessing. I guess he felt like confessing to it. I don't know, for the notoriety. Anyway, I digress. So, what is happening with the retreat? Am I all packed? Sort of, yeah. Which, funny story. I laid my suitcase on the floor, and I'm, putting stuff in it, and I come in the room. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Phew! Sorry about that. I come in the room a few hours later, and someone has unpacked for me. I suspect it was Tootsie taking the stuff out of the suitcase. I'm like, really? Really? So I repacked my suitcase. And she and I had a little chat. That dog, I'm telling you, she's something else. She has a mind of her own. She's like, Mom, you are not leaving me. I will unpack for you. Wow. You know, and boy, does she love her yarn. She got another ball of yarn the other day. I don't know, I think she sneaks into that spare bedroom. But this time, I caught her before she could unravel it. Thank God. She had just gotten the wrapper off from around the yarn. And I'm like, oh no, we're not doing that again. So I did end up sitting there and putting it into a ball for, just for something to do. I was watching TV, and so I just wound it into a ball. But man, I think she's bored. Jake's older. He won't play with her, and she's bored, but mommy does not take her to the park like a good mommy should. So today I'm going to do something I have been dreading and I have put off for months, which is to go get my car registration. My registration on the new car expired about 6 weeks ago. So I've been risking jail time every time I get in the car. So I'm going to the registration office today before I drive to Texas and get my car registration done. I think the reason I'm dreading it is because I just don't know how much it's going to cost, because it's so expensive here in Kansas. The registration, oh my God, it's ridiculous. And when I get back next week, oh my goodness, my stomach just growled at me. next week, I am, well, not next week, but on the 27th of October, please put this on your calendars, guys. October 27th, I'm going to be interviewing Jennifer Roberts, the author of the DP Diamond Painting Log. Diamond Painting Book and Log. Oh my God, I don't know the name of it. That's terrible. Anyway, she wrote a book. Yeah, that's DP Addiction Adventures, my collab partner for this painting. Um, yeah, that is the release day of her book, the official release, October 27th. I'm going to be interviewing her. We're going to look at the book, the hard copy. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. So, and that is sponsored by Treasure Studios Arts. They're helping me promote her book. And we are so, so proud of our Jennifer. I remember, you know, when she was writing this book, and gosh, she's a soccer mom, she's a therapist, she's got a YouTube channel. I don't know how she does it all. I mean, I have a full-time job as well. I do YouTube, but I'm not raising children. Oh my God. That's a full-time job. So she's got like 3 jobs. And she's trying, and she was trying to write this book. And I'm so, so proud of her. Anyway, so that's going to be 2 weeks from today. The book was supposed to be released today, but you know them, you love them. Customs held the book up. So thank you, Customs. So they moved the release to the 27th. So put that on your calendar. So now tonight's lives, I believe Crushia will probably do a tutorial. She usually does on Tuesday nights. So look for that around 6:30ish Central Time. Yeah. And but that's unless someone else does like a pop-up here and there. That's the only live that I know about tonight. So, guys, wish me luck at the car registration place. I don't know why I'm dreading it. I'm a procrastinator. I'm sure that I'm going to feel so much better once I have it done. Yet I put it off and put it off. So I just got to bite the bullet and go do it. I know, don't laugh at me. You're like, what's the big deal, Rebecca? So, guys, this morning has been fun. It's just Tuesday. The sun is rising. It's looks to be another beautiful day. Please go out and have a great day. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Be kind to one another. You don't have to wear a bra today. It's no bra day. And I will see you tomorrow in the morning show. Take care.